Hello, so I finally had a chance to jump back on this task, which is the Wedgeshop itself, but are now in with improved UI compared to the previous attempt. So just showing you the test scene, so there's just a pig head with different lights in here, different directions, and I want to have create a set of wedges where I don't have to set up manually different variations for intensity of each light. So I came up with a new UI, which is basically looking like this. And so it's very different from the from the previous approach. So now we have on the screen left, we can, whoops, sorry, not sure what happened, still in progress. So on screen left, we can add in different knobs, which we like to set the values on, and then have this one as a set of variations. So this knob now can be defined, hey, I want to have a set of values from a range, like say from 0 to 10, and I want to have seven variations out of it. Now it just interpolates linear between 0 and 10, including 10 and the 0 as well. And now we see the boxes in here. These are the tasks for the whole wedging approach. Now we have just 7, so if I go to 4, of course we have 4. Not that obvious, and you can also specify certain values. Let's say I want to have 1, I want to have 10, I want to have 25 and 100. So we got now 4, and of course I can just delete them again. So nothing special, there's this updating just depending on the amount of values here or here. Nothing surprising, but let's say and it stores the value, of course, per item. So let's say I want to have, just want to have it on and off. Let's say from 0 to 1 and have 2. Now it's just a one wedge, or for this item I have just 2 wedges, 2 variations for 0 and 1. But when I combine it with this one, I have also 0, 1 and 2. So I got 4 already. Let's say I want to have from 0 and 1, I want to have 1 in between, so I got 3. Now I have like 2 from the other times 3 this one, so we got 6 boxes in here. So 6 tasks basically. So if I want to have this one as well, we got 9. And if I finally bring in, so this one, that's 13, in this one as well, and do the exact same thing, from 0, 1 and 3, we got 27, since it's all multiplying together. So that's the basic approach. So we define the values on the right and just see the knobs on the screen left. For future development, I just added in an option to have a per wedge or per item comment and category. The comment should be just like, hey, this is like the softening of this one, or like the personal description. And the category I would like to use later on for sorting purposes, but I will show you it later on. It's not done yet. I just like brought it in as a default, so I don't have to re-implement it later on. So let's hit render then, and we got the option. Just for now, we have a fixed frame range, but later on I would like to cover like different frame ranges as well, and just sending through the farm and etc. like this. And I got this nifty thing which creates post-contactsheet afterwards and has some different features as well. So let's just hit create and close. Oh, I got no right node. Okay, then selecting this one, hit again, and now we see the boxes are turning green as they are rendered. So just as a visual intention where we are at the moment. And afterwards we will just bring in every file in there and create a contact sheet. So nothing special so far, but you see all these light variations. It might be fairly annoying if you want to have to set it manually one by one. So let me just scan it up a little bit. So you see different lights, different light, different lights. And now I could just go through those things and say, hey, that's not really working for me, this one not. So I need some more identifiers on top of that to make sure that I can know which I actually looking at in here. So, but this won't be the next task for cleaning up purposes. So let's say I have this one and I very like this one just for demonstration purposes. So this is the current outcome, and this is the one I I have selected I would like to go for, and I can just add a button for like, if I go back to this one, restore wedge, and then I can just restore the values based on the wedge itself, on the outcome. So I can just, so let's say here one more time, and I have this one. Now I'm going to this, check the left side, and hit restore wedges, and then I do have set all the values based on, so all the values which were included in the wedging process get stored, and then just get reapplied the values from the values were set on render time. So what I would like to do later on is a little bit more description and sorting. So let's say I have, let's say bring the Wedgeshop itself. Let's say I bring in this one and I just say, hey, that's my light it's my key light. So that's, and then I can just add a category, and defining a category per knobs, I can just have them spread across the knob values, and I would like to have them installed to have some layering later on based on this kind of category. So meaning I create extra channels which I have, say, hey, this is like the flat lighting, whatsoever. This is just like a manual process. So later on I can just have a contact sheet with different layer inside, and I can just group them together without having to review like this overall image, which is a little bit overwhelming at the first glance. So, and I hope, so I'm not really certain yet, but I hope that if I do the category thingy, I can just organize a little bit better afterwards. So that's the current process, and I think there's quite a lot of things to do. So if I bring in my my GitLab, my ticket issues, so there are quite some stuff to do. I already have done quite a bit of those tasks. So restore the wedges based on the metadata, the contact sheet options, what you have seen so far, but there are other, like the frame ranges, or how to handle those properly on render time, or if I can specify per wedge, or if I just want to have like the entire set the same frame range. Currently we just have single values on the knob, so we need an option to not just have like one value here. So let's say I would like to have this kind of value supported, and then we go from there. But I think it's getting there, and we definitely need some layering here, like some text displays what is actually happening here. So I thought like an overlay action, or just a text node which displays actually the wedge values, but maybe also on a different layer. I'm not sure yet. However, this is the current process, and I think it's getting there. It's quite a bit to do. Cool. Until next time.